Well, hello everyone. This is Peter Brown with a look at your weather for the upcoming week. And I know we're getting towards the tail end of March and we are officially in spring, but as you've probably realized the past 7 days or so, it has felt anything but spring-like around here in the Burlington area. And unfortunately, to start off our next period, starting off this Friday, we're going to see temperatures again in the 40s, but in the low 40s. So temperatures are going to be about, 6 or 7 degrees below average. So we're still going to be looking at a little bit of a chill in the air, even as we're getting towards the last week of March. As you can notice over here, as we get towards the tail end of March, we start to see average highs in the 50s again. So that's definitely a sign that spring is progressing along, but we're going to be actually pretty far from those temperatures by the time we get to the end of next week. Of course, though, the best thing that you notice, look at this. The sun is now setting after 7 o'clock at night, so if you have plans after work and everything, dinner plans, you have plenty of daylight now. So that's a great part of the season coming up, that's for sure. As we look ahead, I'm going to show you a little bit about what's going to be going on with our weather for the next 7 days. And this is probably not a weather map you really want to see getting into the latter portion of March. We're going to see a couple of weak systems traversing our area here in Burlington over the next maybe 3 to 4 days or so. So what we're going to be expecting starting really on Sunday and going into next Tuesday, we're going to see again a series of weak low pressure centers rotating around this cold high pressure center up in Canada. This is going to bring us a chance of wintry precipitation for about 3 days really off and on. We're going to see a mix of rain, sleet, and snow over here in the Burlington area. That's going to last approximately about 72 hours. Now, it's not going to be one of these big, huge, prolific storms that we saw in the past few weeks. Just going to be a little bit more of a nuisance thing every day, and we could see a coating of snow then mixed with some sleet and some rain. So just really cold, damp weather coming up for the next few days here in New England. But the next graphic is something we actually haven't been focusing too much on this winter, and the reason why is we've actually had a very, very wet winter. And when we go ahead and I show you the next map, which is going to be about the upcoming drought severity here in New England, look at this up here in the Burlington area in southern New England. This green color that you're seeing on the map is basically an outlook from the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration regarding drought development in the U.S. This green color, though, here in southern New England in the Burlington area means that we have the potential for drought conditions to go away as we get through the latter part of spring. So that's really something that we needed to hear. That puts us in a great shape going into the warmer months when we get into summer. And of course, in the typical areas in the southwest over Texas, there may be a little bit of drought development, but all in all, looking at this map, the United States for the next 3 months, there's really not much drought really in the country. And again, here in the Burlington area, our drought may actually be lifted, which will be great. And as we move ahead, I'm going to show you a little bit about that chilly forecast coming up for the next 7 days. As you can see here on Friday, we have the chance of maybe a few light snow showers early in the morning and temperatures warming up, and warming up is just relative, into the low 40s by the afternoon. Saturday looks to be the pick of the weekend coming up. We're going to see partly cloudy skies and temperatures in the mid to upper 40s, maybe touching 50 in some areas around Burlington. But of course, we get Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, and look at this, a return to reality, unfortunately. Temperatures are only going to really be between 35 and maybe 42 degrees these 3 days, introducing the chance of a lot of mixed wintry precipitation overnight into the early morning hours each day. And of course, once we get towards Wednesday and Thursday, it looks like the sun's going to try and come back out again. But look at this. Temperatures are just staying very, very cool for this time of the year. Again, ending out the week only in the upper 30s when we get towards the end of March. So, folks, hang in there. We are getting towards April very soon, and we know that there's going to be some warm weather coming up. But I hope you have a great week and enjoy the weather.